G'day, and welcome everybody to ASRNZ's official coverage of AMS2 series. Yes, you heard right. You are at ASRNZ, and this is an AMS2 Automobilista 2 stream first race of an eight round series with consisting of two 20-minute races per night, no compulsory pit stops, 8 rounds. Tonight is the first round. If I sound a little bit off because I'm a little ill prepared, to be honest, people, this is Davo. You should know my voice by now. My label's on the bottom there. But yes, here we are, 2022. About halfway through the year, and yes, the boys are trying something different with the AMS 2 stuff. The boys are running around in radicals tonight. Look, and I can tell you what track it was, but my pronunciation would be awful. So I think it's got it says it's Autodromo Ertensena. It's the subtext. So let's just go with that. Nice sweepy little track, a little bit technical. The boys are in a radical type car. They're out in qualifying as we speak. As you can see, we've got a bit of a different layout. Obviously, we can get rid of that. Bam, like that. And we are currently watching Kenny Simpson. We've got 12 guys in the room tonight. Automobilista 2 viewers. I hope everything's coming across loud and clear, mic and server-wise. Audio should be fine. The visuals are looking awesome. Just let's get rid of a bit of other stuff on screen there. Like I said, I'm a little bit ill-prepared. This is all very new to Davo. But we'll work our way through it. Viewers, this should be interesting, actually. These are top little cars, no matter what platform you get them on. The little Radicals, very, very tidy little bit of kit. Got a bit of aero, a bit of mechanical grip, not a lot in the tyre department, to be honest. No ABS, no traction control too, which will make things interesting. Like I said, we're in qualifying at the moment. We're just watching Kenny at the moment. Just not, I think it's Bradley there hits the top mark with the 20.3.3. I'm sure we'll see some pressure from the likes of Gleno and possibly Farmer and also Stephen. There's a couple of these guys that are well versed and practiced on these on the platform and in the car. So Dave 0, only 3/10 behind. Actually, just looking at that. We've got a 10-minute quali. So the boys have got a little bit of time, you know, to get set up, get a little bit of temp into those, which I would suspect is critical on this type of car. Get those tyres up to temp and this little baby will perform. So the night will consist, like I mentioned earlier, of 2 20-minute races. Not sure whether they qualify in between. Again, not a lot of information. Unfortunately, it's all a little bit preempted here from the commentary team. But we're working on it, guys. That's all that matters. Yes, so it is another qualifying session after for race 2. We got Gleno up the top, which I suspected would happen. Probably the most versed in this car at this point in time. Well tested and has been a integral part of getting this whole thing off the ground. The platform looks fantastic too, mind you, viewers. It's looking great on screen here. The old 3080's working hard. I've got everything up on Ultra. And the connection's hanging in there. So we're looking good. We are looking good. So Gleno, yeah, up the top of the timing board with a 22.5. Outstanding, considering how Brad Robinson, Brad Luck as he calls himself there, is literally a half a second back from that. So yeah, some gains to be made from the rest of the field, I must say, to try and catch up to Gleno's pace. Third at this stage is Farmer, good mate, another comms team member with a 23.1, very close to Bradley. Winding down, we only got about 2.5 minutes. Good to see Dave Zero in fourth again with a 23-1, very close to Farmer. So up your game, Farmer. Dave's on your case. Fifth position currently is Mr. Aaron Enright with a 23-4. So he's got a little bit of work to do. Nothing much is changing up the top. We also have Matt in 6th, Vaughan Martin in 7th, Steve Melling in 8th. I think this is Ashley Vettica in 9th, Kenny Simpson in 10th, and I think that's Ashley actually popping the car back into the pits. Kenny's back in the pits. Mike King is back in the pits, and it's Robert, Mr. Bobby Laycock, also back in the pits. They've done enough, they think. So, as I noticed, Farmer up into 2nd position, just snags 2nd away from Brad Robinson there. So, Brad luck to Brad. He will want to up his game a little there. They've only got about half a second behind Gleno, half a second around here, and in these cars is a big chunk of time. Dave Zero is going to have to work just to get maybe a 10th on the boys in front. So Gleno popping his radical back in the but Farmer still going on in a little bit of traffic there. Looks like it might be Steve Melling. Not quite sure. Yeah, still half a second. Bad luck, still half a second. Timing stays static so far. Looks like Farmer's packed it up. He's ready for a race. Brad's out still. We've got Matt in the pits. Dave Zero still out. He needs a 10th to get up to Brad. Aaron's still out. Steve Melling still out. Vaughan Martin's still out. Vaughan, cross the line. Can he make a gain? Oof, no. Melling's out. Aaron finishes his lap. Okay, we've got to just watch a couple of these boys here. Could be a gain from Bad. Let's just keep an eye on this. Oh, no. Dave. No. Quality session is over. So there you go, guys. P1. Gleno with the best of 1 minute 22 and a half. Farmer in 2nd. These guys behind, not too far behind, just about half a second. So Farmer in 2nd, Brad in 3rd. Matt was a couple, maybe a 10th or so, a little bit further back. And then we got Dave Zero 5th. Aaron Enright in 6th, Steve Melling in 7th, Vaughan Martin 8th, Ashley Brettigar 9th, Kenny Simpson in 10th, and Mike King in 11th. So that rounds out the field for tonight. First round of the AMS2 series here at ASRNZ. Yes, viewers, You heard it right. We're at AMS2. We're racing AMS2. Why? Because we can. It's pretty bloody awesome. So watch this space over the next 8 weeks. This is what's happening. Obviously, we'll thank our sponsors, as usual, ABC Tech, for everything internet. Unfortunately, we do have servers down for maintenance at the moment, so but we will still thank them, because for the other 51 years of the year, 51 weeks of the year, it is up and running. We'll also thank SJS for continued support, and tonight we're live here again. ASRNZ AMS2 round 1, 8-round series. We're at Autodromo Etonsena in the Radicals. The boys are out on the grid. It's gonna crank up soon. 20-minute race for race 1, and then another qualifying and another 20-minute race. We'll see how we go. See if we can get some driver interviews done. I'm not sure whether our current facilities will facilitate it, to be honest, but we might give it a crack or not. But let's just watch this space. And they're off. There you go, Gleno, off. 12 cars in the field. Farmer put a little bit of pressure on. We've got Brad Robinson with a bit of a touch on the back of Gleno there. So we've got Brad and Farmer off. Gleno seems to come out relatively unscathed, although losing a few positions. Unbelievable. We don't have any replays here, unfortunately, viewers, but Gleno just managing to keep that thing pointing in the right direction after a fairly hefty hit from behind. Dave Zero in third position, done really well. Keep his nose clean, really. Matt in second, and Aaron Enright out in front. Lap 1, viewers. It is heck. Ash Redigan, Kenny Simpson in 7th. Steve Melling, 5th position. But unfortunately, Brad and Farmer back to the rear of the field after that little altercation in turn 1 as the boys run across the line. Lap 1. It's on. It was on from from T1. So thanks for joining us here again tonight, viewers. You've just got Davo tonight, solo Davo. So, but here we are, first round of a 8-round series in AMS2 at ASRNZ. Aaron Enright leading the get out of the front of Matt's car here. Even Dave's car will go back one. See how hard these boys are working. They're a very tidy little piece of kit, these radical type cars. Very lightweight, fairly good aero. You can see the size of that wing on the back of Matt's car there. And not a lot of tyre on them, which makes them interesting to drive. But yeah, very quick and very handy around the corners as we see Matt run a really wide line. Oh, Dave's up the inside. Still on the inside. He makes it stick. Nice work from Dave Zero there. On Matt, the slightest of mistakes. And it's just the nature of these vehicles. Very tight, close racing. Well handling car. Might just get back to Gleno, actually. Just look out of the front of his car. He's actually trying to push his way through this field. So he's just in behind that little battle that was going on there. That pass from Dave on Matt. Now, Vaughan Martin actually just passed Matt as well. So more mistakes, no doubt, from Matt. Unfortunately, just trying to come to terms with that car. Now Matt is, and turned. Gleno up on the ripple strip there. No other vehicles involved, no contact. So just wicking it up a little bit heavy on the old go pedal. Wrong place. And he was around, quick as a flash. No replays here tonight, so we don't have to relive that, guys. But back out of the inside of Steve Melling's car, again working through that field, where you are looking at fourth, third, and second. And you can see first right there. We'll get back out to the trackside. Aaron Enright taking control of the race, but not a long way up the road. Dave Zero looks like he wants to get a part of that front row action, so got his head down. Definitely staying in touch with Aaron at the moment. From Dave back, actually, Vaughan, Matt, and Steve Melling, there's a little bit of a gap there, and they're in a little bit of a tighter packs with Melling pretty well smack bang. No, it's actually Matt that's smack bang in the middle of it, although he takes a shot into T1 at Vaughan Martin inside. That's still happening. Bold move. You've got to do these things. These cars are capable of it. So good, exciting racing here. This little bunch of three with Vaughan, Matt, and Steve Melling. You can still see Dave and Aaron up in front. I think actually Dave is making a little bit of ground on Aaron there. We might just get out of the in-car of Dave's car here. Let's just see him work on this. Let's just watch this for a lap. Oh, there you go, Dave. Seeing a little bit of an opportunity there. Just the slightest of openings. Pops the nose up there. Oh, and why wouldn't you? But yeah, just a little bit of a tag there on the front. Very awkward little situation there. But yeah, just lost a big chunk of road. Where's Matt? Matt right behind, trying to take advantage of that. Vaughan Martin right behind that battle, and no doubt Steve Melling and Gleno a little bit further back. But yes, Matt looking at making an advantage on Dave, but no, a little bit of an off there. Puts Vaughan Martin up the inside. Is it the inside? Yes, for the next corner. Into T1. Big breaks down here for these guys. Nice work. Oh, big lock up from Vaughan. Matt gets a bit of an edge on the side. This is not over. We've got Steve Melling behind Vaughan now. Melling wants to go. Melling's in. Melling's in. And Vaughan really struggling with the tyre there. Sliding wide. The racing's fierce, viewers. They're not overly bunched, but definitely pushing the extremes of these cars. There's mistakes. We see lockups. The flat spotting on these cars is terrible, apparently. So, personally, I haven't driven one, but they can be quite difficult to drive once you start to damage the tyre. And we have seen the lockups. We'll scroll down through the field here. Steve Melling in fourth, Vaughan Martin in fifth. Mate, that has been a ding-dong, that third, fourth, fifth battle there. Glenn Dewar just starting to take back up again after a little bit of a slip back a few laps ago. He's in sixth. Brad in seventh. Has Kenny in tow. Kenny showing the nose. Wants a bit of that action. Farmer in ninth. Now Farmer and Brad both coming to grief in T1, lap 1. Mike King in 10th. Ashley Vediger in 11th. Ashley Vediger and Bobby Laycock. Vediger goes round. Commentator's curse. I apologise, Ash. Oh my God. I just had you for a second, brother, and you were off. Bobby Laycock takes advantage of that and carries on. So back through the field, Mike King in 10th, Farmer in 9th with some clean air. Kenny clean air in 8th. Brad, again, nice open spaces in 7th. But Gleno was starting to hit up on the back of Vaughan Martin. Now he's backed way back, so I'd say maybe another little slight mistake there. It only takes the slightest of mistakes in these cars to pull back 10, 20 car lengths like this and regather your momentum and get back on the pace. Vaughan Martin, 5th, pushing, heading up towards the back of Steve Melling's car. Melling in 4th. Melling will have his eye on the podium. He'll be looking for Matt. That's rolling not too far in front of him. In 3rd position, the podium positions are right in front of Melling there. We've only got about 7.5 minutes to go, viewers. It's winding down quickly. 2/3 of the way through the race. Dave Zero in 2nd. He's really grabbed this by the horns tonight. Aaron was able to take advantage of the little faux pas from a few in T1. Hasn't looked back, but hasn't had it all to himself. As Dave Zero now again pushes right up hard beside him. Shows the nose. We need to get in the front of that car. This one, Dave Zero, unbelievable, on fire tonight as we see flames lick from the back of Aaron's car, mind you. Very tight stuff. We've got 6.5 minutes remaining, viewers. Official coverage of the AMS2 series for ASRNZ. Yes, you have heard correctly. It is AMS2 at ASRNZ. Get involved. Come and join in. There's spots left. Come and have a look. Oh, a little bit of a touch from Dave into the back of Aaron. Clearly a robustly built car too, because there's very little to no damage as they carry on. Virtually unscathed, but not totally, because that has allowed Matt to range up right back up behind Dave Zero. 5.5 minutes to go. It's about 4 laps, I think. At a guess, Steve Melling in 4th, carrying great pace all race, kept his nose clean. Vaughan Martin in 5th. Looks like actually Glenn has regathered and got back up behind as well. Gleno running in 6th. Bradley in 7th. Kenny in 8th. All these guys running in pretty clean air as we see Bobby Laycock and Farmer. And it's on. Very tight stuff, side by side there. Through the right-hander, Farmer lets it go. Up behind Bobby again. Into the left. Another left. Double apex, little cheeky little sucker. Farmer gets it done through the flip-flop there. Nice work. Mike King out in clean air. He just watched all that happen. And Ashley Vediger back, rounding out the field in 12th. But we must get back up to this Aaron Enright battle. Okay, what has happened there? It looks like Brad has gone back to 6th. Let's put Melling in 3rd. Melling has that podium position now. We've got Gleno back up to 4th after qualifying 1st and going back pretty well to the back of the field. Now back up into 4th. Awesome work. Matt in 2nd. Aaron Enright in 1st. Vaughan Martin has stayed pretty well consistent. He hasn't looked like he's moved much. Very sideways. He's still moving and shaking, but his position hasn't moved much. And Brad is the man on the move, because he's gone from 3rd back down to... Oh, I'm not sure where he is at the moment. Still 6th. He should be in 5th, maybe 6th. I don't know. It's still a drag race across the line. 3 minutes to go. He's got the inside run. T1. It's on. It's still on. Very tight stuff. Very nice, clean work from both. It's still on. Oh. Vaughan finally yield. It's like 3 corner pass. Nice work from both of those boys. Really does take a little bit of pressure off Gleno there. Although Gleno hasn't moved forward very much from that whole exchange there. It would have slowed those guys down a little bit to make that happen, and you would think Glenn may have stepped out a few car lengths, but looks almost like he's fallen back into the clutches from to Bradley already. So be interesting to watch the rest of that. We've got just over a minute and a half to go. Aaron Enright holding our first position. It's lap 13. As he rolls across the line, 14 laps. Matt in second. Steve Melling holding out the podium. Go Steve-O, third position. Gleno in fourth with Bradley on the inside, showing a big bit of nose there. Looking down just to remind Glenn, he's right there. He's big and he's, oh, look. Oh, I thought he was going to have a crack there. Perfect opportunity, that double apexing. Oh, this is on right to the end. We're under a minute to go. Brad wants his podium back. He's not going to get it. This, if he can get Gleno, will be the closest he can get to it. Can he make it happen? 40 seconds to go. Aaron leading. Matt second. Steve Milling third. Glenn, look at it. It's tight as. Bradley, oh no. Nicks the back of Gleno's car. Glenn goes backward as Aaron runs over the line for another lap. 10 seconds to go. Ladies and gentlemen. Ah, it's crazy. Matt in second. Steve Melling in third. Vaughan Martin has just got a get out of jail free card, I think, because Brad and Gleno were heading for him really quick. Will there be a readdress? I would say so. There it is, viewers, as you'd expect. Nice work. Good on you, Brad. Gleno's had an awful up and down race through some of his own fault and not all of his own fault. So tough gig from pole position to come back in fifth. Dave 0 in seventh. Farmer in eighth. Kenny in ninth. Bobby Laycock and Ashley Rigger. But here we are. Aaron Enright across the line. It's a +1 lap as they roll. Addy in second. Steve Melling. Look how close these three are. Bam, bam. Unbelievable. 20 minutes in. Vaughan Martin, not that far behind. And Gleno, who has just literally been... He's probably the mover and shaker of the race because he's been up, down, up, down. He's done more position changes than anyone. Gleno in fifth, Brad in sixth, Dave 0 seventh, Farmer 8th, Kenny 9th, Bobby Laycock in 10th, Ash rounding it out. Aaron has driven faultlessly to put himself and keep himself right there in number one from go to woe. Matt also doing an awesome job. A couple of position changes. And Steve Melling bringing it up through the field and keeping his nose clean to take the third position. Vaughan Martin in fourth. Gleno in fifth. Bradley in sixth. Dave 07th with Farmer right behind in tow. Kenny in 9th. Bobby Laycock in 10th with Ashley Bediger rounding it out in 11th. Awesome stuff. There we go. Round 1, race 1. AMS2 at ASO&Z. Thank you, viewers, for joining us there. There's our results. Aaron Enright 1, Matt 2, Steve Milling 3, Vaughan Martin 4, Gleno in 5th, Brad in 6th, 7th is Dave 0, and Farmer in 8th, 9th is Kenny, Bobby Laycock 10th, and Ashley Rediger in 11th. I was going to try and do driver interviews, but we're not quite sure how this is working at the moment. So we're going to just have an intermission break instead, and we'll be back. Welcome back, everybody, to the official coverage of ASRNZ's AMS2 series. Here, Thursday night again. There's always something happening on Thursday night. We're lining up for, I think, Quali 2. Race 1 was a cracker, as usual, the end. Some of the boys towards the end of the race, the tenacious drivers around here at ASRNZ, the race goes literally right down to the wire. Awesome stuff to watch. I'd say race 2's going to be similar or better. So stay tuned. 20-minute race. The boys, looks like we're about 2 minutes out from qualifying. Let me adjust a few little tags and stuff. There we go. Because I'm using a little bit of a new thing going on here. So learning as we move along tonight, viewers. Again, welcome back to race 2, round 1 at ASRNZ's AMS2 series, 8-round series, 2 20-minute races per night. No CPS, no traction control, no friggin' ABS. There's nothing in these things. So, very feisty little car to drive. And it showed already in race 1 with some faux pas. T1 particularly, a little bit of an incident. But yeah, even some of the top boys throughout the race having a few incidents. Look, I mean, really, even the monkeys fall out of the trees every now and then. So it's not unexpected when you start getting these things on the edge. But look, viewers, that only makes it all a better thing to watch as we wind down. About 25 seconds to go. I just need to put my earpiece in. Hang on. Before quali starts. So let me have a look. Get a bit of that out of the road. And just watch this space. Look, we had Aaron Enright and Gleno Dura right up the pointy end in qualifying. I think it's Matt Cook, the Cookie Monster, right up there as well. But yes, a few incidents really early on in the race really shuffled the field around. Aaron looked like he has pretty well go to woe for the win in race 1, and really well done. Look, unfortunately, viewers, tonight we do not have driver interviews. Next week we will. It sounds like there's a drone going in the background. So there we are. Aaron Enright, winner of race 1. Outstanding result. Like I said, Gleno pipped him in Q1 time-wise. But look, when it comes down to the crunch, it's all about winning races. It's round 1, and in race 1, Aaron Enright did the job perfectly. Sorry if I'm a bit croaky tonight, guys. It's I just need a little bit more neck oil. Hang on. That's better. I probably smoked too much. But here, round 1, race 2 with Davo and about a dozen guys at Eton Senna, Autodrome at Senna. just waiting. Here we go. Free practice, I think it's just ending. All a little bit new to me. And oh my God, it's 10 minutes of pissing down rain for qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. We love this. Mate, open top cars too. This would be a wonderful experience. I'm sure the boys that are in the VR would be just going off their tits at the moment. They'd be loving this. Look at the rain. Look at that spray. Look, we'll actually go back a few cars. Someone back here and we'll get in car. Have a look at the lightning for starters. Here we are. Picks up Ashley Rediger. Not sure he's behind because it's hard to see. Fantastic vision. Some of the best particles. Oh, don't get too technical, Davo. The best rain I've ever seen. That looks fantastic and mighty difficult, mind you. Everybody, imagine trying to race behind that for the next 20 minutes. These guys will be hoping and praying that the race doesn't start under these sort of conditions. Even a wet track and a sunny sky, if the rain's cleared, will be difficult. The spray until the dry line comes around would be mighty difficult. So pretty well everybody out. On track, some going a lot slower than others, as we just see Bobby Laycock just sort of nursing it round one of the little flip back hairpins. Might just jump in Gleno's car now. Gleno being the Q1 pole getter. It would just be interesting to just watch how he deals, and let's just have let's watch him for a few corners here and just see how the body language of this car in such on such a wet track, as immediately he's off, and the car behind. Talk about commentator's curse times 2, viewers. I need to get off these people sometimes. I just got to give them 2 seconds and let them on their way. But yeah, difficult stuff, difficult conditions. And let's just have a look up the pointy end here at Farmer. Look at the difference in the time. Farmer's just done a 2-minute 0.2. Be interesting to see where this goes. It's already 6.5 minutes. It's like 3.5 minutes more gone already. So Vaughan with a 1:37. So that is like 10 seconds more. 15 seconds slower than quality on a dry track. Very slow. Gleno popping it into second position, 0.8 tenths behind. Vaughan Martin a second behind. Aaron 1.2, Steve Melling 3, and Farmer 23 seconds. So Bradley with the 36.5. It is pouring down, viewers. Look at this rain. It's nearly going freaking sideways horizontally. Very, very heavy. Farmer 6 tenths. Puts himself in second. Very slippery conditions. Gleno, 8 tenths. Vaughan Martin, a second behind. He'll have to up his game as he comes down. Oh, it's moving and shaking now. We've got Bradley in there with a 134. Gleno, 134.9. Steve Melling, 137.2. Aaron Enright, 137.2. Barmer's gone back to fifth with his 7.2. You can't say that the track's rubbering up, or just getting a little better, because the rain looks like it's getting heavier. So if anything, it's getting worse. So these guys obviously just getting their heads around it all, and basically just carrying on and getting used to it. I'm sure they are all praying, although that this is not going to be the start to race 2, and it's just going to mix things up in qualifying more than anything. But look, I mean, at the end of the day, look, the cream again rising to the top. You just got to look at that leaderboard. We got Bradley, we got Gleno, Brad, Glenn, Brad. It's going up and down. Farmer, oh, these two playing up. Farmer, Steve Melling already put the car away. He's had enough. He's soaked. No, he's coming out again. He's out for more punishment. Aaron Enright's still out there, giving it a crack. Can he make a gain? Oh, still working on it. Look how slippery that. Look at that car moving around under brakes. Unbelievable. A top effort from these boys in these sort of conditions. New platform too, new game, or simulator, should I say. So yeah, big learning curve. But look, some of these guys revel in that, and it's great to see, like that, the challenge, to challenge yourself instead of just being set in your ways and going, oh no, this isn't my thing. Like, yeah, good to see these guys really stepping up, having a bit of a challenge, and yeah, having a crack, see what it's like. It's good. Looks fantastic. So here we are, minute and a half to go. It's like Bradley's setting up for a big drift into turn 1 there. It's got a minute to go, slipping all over the place. Just testing, I suspect, just testing the limits and the foam boards along the way. Just to sort of get a feel for his surroundings and know how far he can push his limits. Always good to know. So Brad over and out, Gleno's over and out, Vaughan's still out there pushing for those last few tenths. He's got quite a few tenths to gather if he wants to get in front of the next place getter, which is Gleno. 15 seconds to go. Very sideways. And just wheels spinning everywhere. Awesome work from Vaughan. and Farmer in 4. Only a couple of guys still out. Aaron's still out. Farmer's still out. Time is starting to wind down. The official, if they're not on a lap by now, they won't be going anywhere. So Aaron, final car on track presently. Wheels spinning all over the place. So there you go, viewers. Bradley, top of the list. What an awesome job with 134.0. Nearly a 133 in pouring rain, pissing down. So impressive stuff. Gleno with a 42, and that's about as much as you're going to get, I think, now. We're going to go pretty well right here. It's not race 1, it is actually race 2 as the race 1 thing comes up. I get in here and have a good look at out of the front of Farmer's car as we take off for race 2. And as usual, you know, look, if race 1 was anything to go by, like I always say, race 2 was going to be a cracker. And yeah, definitely some nice battles towards the end of the race, race 1. So we've got nice sunny conditions too, I notice, which is awesome. Here we go. Race 2, round 1, AMS2, ASO and Z. Farmer gets a nice jump in 3rd. Oh, contact! With, I think it was Vaughan Martin. Holds his own. Got Steve Melling and Aaron Enright right behind him. Very tight start. Easily, a little bit of foam going off into the distance. So we get back on the Farmer's car. Steve Melling. Look at how tight these guys are. Very close. Lap 1, race 2. So equally performance, BOP, these cars, unbelievable. Everybody's driving the same bit of kit, and it is a good bit of kit. Very nice start. Little bit of elbow, a little bit of biff and bards, as you would expect in a series like this. But yeah, very nice. Everyone's still pointing the same direction, and it's on with Aaron Enright and Steve Melling. Aaron, he wants that position, and he wants it now. Going into lap 2. Bam, gets the job done. Nice work from Aaron. A lot less mistakes than in race 1. This is the first round of the series. So this is the first time these guys have driven in anger properly. We've had the shakedowns, we've had the practice sessions, but this is race time. The gloves are off and it's on. Look at this, Bradley putting all sorts of pressure on Gleno. Making him work for his first position. Very close. Easy to get it wrong here. These guys have got to be so careful. Farmer, very close behind. Brad makes the move. Out of the front of Farmer's car here. Glenn lets him go. Tries to get the cut back. Across the line. He's got the inside line for one. Farmer goes with. Under the wing of Gleno. Brad can't do anything about it. Glenn goes wide. What a battle, viewers. Look at this. Farmer out in front. Glenn out in front. Brad's still there. Unbelievable. Very nice tight racing from all these boys. Brad coming back. That's Glenn. Oh, Glenn. Little tiny lock up in the rear. Good gather. You don't want to get it much more sideways than that. You don't bring it back. Glenn on the inside. It's got the preferred line. Very tight racing. Very, very tight racing. And again, across the line, this whole lap. It's epic. Side by side. Beautiful. Great skill. We got to go back. Look at these boys. They're basically doing the same stuff. Steve Melling on Vaughan, on Aaron. You know, it's just 2.0 from what's going on up the front. Super fast. Super committed. So much trust in these drivers just to keep this together. One touch and, 2, 3, maybe 4 of them around and gone and way back. Only 11 in the field tonight. The series still finding its feet. This sort of racing, you watch them come now. This will be good. More will sign. Steve Melling, as usual, consummate professional. Just keeps it cool. Keeps it clean. Who's that up on the inside? Dave Zero. Oh, nearly 3 wide on the way out. It is on. We've got to get back in the car of Steve Melling. Look at this. Dave Zero just snatches that position. Unbelievable. Get back up the front here, Bradley. Oh, sideways. Gather that up nicely. Big pinch of the rears there. Into the left-hander. Pushing hard. Chasing Farmer. Gleno. Not sure whether his setup's not made for that sort of action or he is just waiting back there. Looking to pick up the crumbs. Because it is on. Up beside, well up beside Farmer. He's in. Oh, it's on. We've had contact. Unbelievable. Awesome. Very tight racing, viewers, tonight. God, if this is round one, I can't wait for the rest of this series. Uh, seven more, 7 more rounds doesn't seem like enough already. Let's just have a look down this field. Dave Zero dropped back. He's a little bit of clean air there in fifth. Aaron Enright also in a little bit of clean air there in fourth. Steve Melling in sixth. Ashley Vedigar seventh. Just pulling up on the back of there of Steve Melling. Not sure whether Melling's dropped back a little bit or Ash has just pulled up on the back of him there. So nice work. Either way, from Ash, Vaughan Martin with Matt King just chasing and getting fairly close. That's actually Ash Rediger. I can see off on the outfield. This is close. Looks like Matt. Oh, and it's Robbie. It's Bobby Laycock in the background doing the same thing. So look at this battle on battle on battle. Unbelievable. Fantastic racing. It's hard to know what to watch because I know up the front it is intense. But look at this stuff. Vaughan Martin, Matt King. It is on. And it's close. There's no mucking around with this stuff. You've got to stay in touch. Got to keep that momentum up. They're like big badass go-karts. Nice work. Up the front we go. Gleno. Bradley again. Side by side. These guys just keep exchanging positions. You could just watch these guys for the whole race because it is super close, super disciplined, really good racing from both of these gentlemen. It is actually allowing, though, Farmer just to walk away from this little thing that's going on behind him there, as we see the flames lick from the back of Farmer's car. The next in contention is Aaron Enright and Dave Zero. Now, these guys haven't been mucking around either. That's actually a three-way battle. Steve Melling getting third in the first race. He's in sixth at the moment. He would be looking to make gains on both of those guys in front of him. But that is a ding-dong right there. Aaron Enright, Dave Zero. Quick look at the front of Dave's car. Look at the way these guys catch up on under the aero. Oh, T1. Great close stuff. Very nice to watch. Very smooth, very disciplined as well. Who we got back here? Matty King. Rob Blake. Matty King, Vaughan Martin battle ensues again as the Martin car licks flames from the exhaust. Oh, Matt King there, very wide, would have lost a little bit from that. Steve Melling chasing the back of Enright's car. I don't know whether he's got Enright's measure though. Enright chasing Dave Zero. Dave Zero is on fire tonight. Top work from from David. Awesome stuff. Oh, look at this. Goes Brad Farmer. Brad Farmer. Here we go. Just take a look at this. This has literally been going on the last, oh, what is it now? Look, we've only got a little over 6.5 minutes to go. So it has been going on for over 13 minutes, and it doesn't look like it's going to let up anytime soon with only 6.5 minutes to go now, viewers. Very tidy stuff. And as usual, the closer they get to the end of the race, the more these boys just ramp it up. They just think they've still got a crack right to the finish line. Very much typical races. So as they run across the line for another lap at pretty well on 6 minutes to go. Farmer looking again at the side of Brad's car. Brad very sideways. Oh, Gleno. He's got a bird's eye view of all of this, and in a great position just to pick up the crumbs if it all goes south. He's in the perfect spot. We still have this Dave Zero, Aaron Enright, Steve Melling. They've got a bit of a gap between each other. It's not like really a race going on, so to speak. There's no change of positions, but one mistake, the position is gone. We got Matt King and Bobby Laycock. I think it's Matt Cook and Matt King and Bobby Laycock. Matt King around. Oh, that was unfortunate. Getting right down to the end of the race here, a little over 4.5 minutes to go. We've got to pop back up the front. We've got to keep an eye on this battle. Gleno, he's on it. He's on it now. He's looking to make that move. Range is up. Starts to set up. They've probably got about 3 laps to go. This is the time he wants to make the move. You've seen the chase that they get these guys, the draft they get from the aero on these cars. Got to be in the right place at the right time just to get across the line in the right position. Gleno, has he got it? Oh, it's on. Farmer's led most of the race. But here, with Brad making the move and actually stretching a little bit of a lead. Gleno in tow. Across the finish line at about 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Oh, that's going to be at least 3 laps, maybe 4. It's 20 minutes plus a lap. Oh, this is going down to the wire. Dave Zero's actually got a bit of clean air from Aaron now. Again, these guys really haven't been racing. It's just an attrition thing. As long as nobody makes a mistake, they'll stay in position. Matt, Bobby, and King all pretty well just playing it out. finishing it up. It's only getting a little under 2.5 minutes to go. Brad really sideways into that left-hander. Farmer just hoping he'll just slip that little bit further. Gleno, third position. Is anybody going to have a crack at Brad? A minute and 30 seconds to go, viewers. We're down to 8 drivers in race 2, end of race 2. The top 3 is Gleno goes around. Oh, just a little bit wide. Maybe just a little bit of a lapse in concentration. He was just getting into that rhythm and just starting to relax and tough. Really, it's just put him way back off the back of the other bunch. I just noticed Steve Melling's actually caught right up on the back of Enright there, which, given there's only about 40 seconds to go, I think they're still going to do another lap. It's 20 minutes plus one. Milling having a big look down the start-finish straight. Into one. Get it in there, Steve-O. Oh, he's gone the outside. He wants to go the long way round. We're getting it. Might get the cut back here. It's an awkward corner, double apex. No, loses momentum. Bradley. It's got Farmer. Farmer doesn't have Glenn in his hair anymore. This could be the final lap. If he's going to have a crack, he's got to do it now. This guy's doing fantastic times too, race times. I think that's Farmer with the fastest time of a 23.1. It's one more lap. This is the +1. Oh, Gleno struggling with tyre. Big wiggle. Farmer. This is his last shot at it. We'll stay on this, viewers. He's got about 5 corners to go. It's about 40 seconds or less. Awkward corners. Really awkward bloody apexes. Some of these turns on this track. Farmer very sideways there. Runs down to the wire. Nice work from Bradley. As he crosses the line. Nice work, Brad. Robertson, nice work. Farmer, Steve Wilton, rounding out second. Glenn Dewar, third position. Oh, look, right there with the boys there. for most of it. Dave 0 and 4th, Aaron Enright in 5th, Steve Melling in 6th, Steve-O chasing the whole time, Matty Cook in 7th, and Bobby Laycock ripping around here. To round out the remainder of the field. A little bit of a race of attrition there. It is the first round tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, awesome start to this 8-round series with AMS2 for ASRNZ. So, next Thursday, I'll be a little bit more prepared for starters, and we'll do some driver interviews and stuff. But let's just have a quick look. So it ended up being Brad Robinson in 1st, Farmer in 2nd, Gleno in 3rd, Dave 0 in 4th, Aaron Enright in 5th, Steve Melling in 6th, Matty Cook in 7th, Bobby Laycock 8th, Mike King and Vaughan Martin rounding out the 10. Pretty good. It's a great night. And yeah, definitely watch this space. We'll be back next week. It'll be Davo again, at least. But maybe I'll have a co-commentator next week. Let's just wait and see. For one thing, we'll be a little bit more prepared. But I hope you enjoyed everything tonight. Viewers, join us next week. And good night, everyone, for now.